Hello everyone, this is Kona, and this video is about the Battlelog website, which is a new website made by EA and DICE that basically tracks your stats on the battlefield. So like I said in my first impressions video, you're going to need to come to this site to launch the game. And when you come here, you'll see three options at the top of the page. You can either join a multiplayer game, a co-op game, or the campaign. Now, co-op and campaign are not available right now because it is in beta, but they will be available when the game finally releases. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see your friends' battle feed, which is basically a way to let you know what your friends are up to. And you can actually also check out your stats. So if you go to your stats page here are your stats for your soldier. This is my soldier, Kona. You can see things like win-loss ratio, which is still 1. I haven't been doing that well. Things like time on each kit. And also stats on the awards that you've got, as well as the kills you got per weapon. You can really drill into these stats of all the weapons. It's really cool. You can select this weapons tab up here. You can see all the weapons that you've used, the kills, some more stats about it. Also go into vehicles, which there are no vehicles yet in the beta, but they will be in the final game. And the awards and dog tags. Now, unfortunately, I haven't killed anyone with a dog tag yet, so I don't have anyone's dog tag. So I'm going to have to try and knife someone later on. Now, to join a game, you're going to have to come up to this tab up here, the multiplayer tab, and click either quick match or server browser. So I'll just click server browser here, and you can see this is basically your standard server browser that you would find in game. You have things like filters. You can have, you can look at your history and favorites, and you can filter this list. And this is what you'd expect from an in-game browser. You can see that it's the name of the server, the map they're on, the amount of people, and also the ping. And unfortunately, I don't think I can double click on this. Yeah, you can't double click on it and join. You have to actually just select the server in the list and then click this join server button up here. So I kind of wish they just have it double click, but yeah, that's alright. Now another thing about the Battlelog website is the platoons. So if you go up here under platoons, you can find or create platoons. And I guess platoons are kind of like Steam groups or clans, and you can get together with a bunch of your friends, create a platoon. That way they're easier to find, and you can kind of create a community on this site. So that's it about the Battlelog website. It's pretty cool that they're trying to incorporate a social aspect to it with friends, and there are a lot of stats on this site. So if you're ever wondering how you're doing in the game, just come to the Battlelog website and you can really dig down into all of your soldiers' stats. Now here's some more gameplay for you guys, and I want to talk about something I've noticed while playing this game, and it relates to the pacing of this game. Now, if you've played Battlefield Bad Company 2, you would know that, at least for me, that game is a little sluggish. And oh, grenade, gotta dive out of the way there. But Battlefield Bad Company 2 seemed a little sluggish to me. Like, it seemed the gameplay was slow and the controls seemed sluggish even on the PC. And so this game is definitely not like that. I've noticed that this game is a lot quicker. You can now go to prone. Like you'll see me like dive a lot to prone, which is a lot of fun to do. But I've noticed that this game is a bit quicker. Now it's not quite like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I think, is really action-packed, very fast pace, and this game is not really like that. It's a little slower than that, but it is definitely faster than Bad Company 2. So here I'm just trying to get to the objective here. I tried for a dolphin dive, and oh man, I was hoping no one saw me. Now, another thing I've noticed about this game is how useful prone is and how much I've actually missed it. Now, I know Call of Duty has prone, but Bad Company 2 didn't have prone. You can only go to crouch. And so you'll see a lot in this game, either me or my teammates. I think you can see here to my right side, you can see one of my teammates crawling through the bush there. That's actually a very useful tactic, and it doesn't work so well in Call of Duty, because at least Black Ops, because there's not much bushes to like crawl into and hide. But in this game, because there's so many bushes and trees and stuff, prone is a very useful tactic that really changes the gameplay. And now you can actually you can take cover, dodge bullets, and just go to prone when you're in danger. And so I think that's really cool to have that dynamic, and it changes really how you play this game and how cautious you are when you move from place to place. Now, if you played Bad Company 2, you would know about the spotting feature, and the spotting feature is in this game as well. Now, if you see an enemy player, you can actually just put your crosshair over that player and hit the Q key. And what that'll do is it'll put him on the minimap, but it'll also just put a little triangle, a red triangle above his head. And that basically lets your entire team know where that enemy is. And that can be a real game changer. Now, if you've played Call of Duty, you would know that you would show up on the minimap only if there was like a UAV or a Blackbird, or if someone fired their gun that wasn't suppressed. But in this game, you can keep on firing your gun. You won't show up on the minimap unless someone spots you. And so spotting can be a really, really useful feature for letting your team know without having to tell them, like over the mic or over chat, just letting them know where the enemy is. And so I would definitely recommend using that spotting feature. I wouldn't, like, if you spam it too much, it actually gives you like this feedback sound where, you know, like an error sound where you can't spam it so much. But I would definitely recommend using that spotting feature because not many people are going to be talking in game, or there's no time for like chatting. So just use the spotting feature, help out your team, and you actually get assist points or spotting points if you spot someone and one of your teammates kills him. So definitely try that out. So again, here, using the bushes as cover, a really useful tactic. Because this map is so big, you can actually sneak around the enemy and try to use bushes and even this wall here as cover. And so, just like any other first-person shooter game, it's not all about gun skill. You can be really good with the mouse and keyboard or the controller, but that won't mean anything if you don't know how to use cover smartly. So here, I'm just trying to flank these guys. And if you're getting into FPS games, or you want to learn how to get better, I would recommend start to learn the maps and use cover to your advantage. Because now, I'm not a real soldier. I haven't actually been in a real firefight, but I do play airsoft from time to time. And one thing I learned from airsoft and this game, or any other first-person shooter game, is that you don't want to stand out in the middle of nowhere, because you're not gonna survive very long. Everyone's gonna see you and you're just gonna get owned. So I would recommend using cover in this game. And because cover is destructible in this game, you have to watch out, because sometimes people can start lobbing grenades and the wall that you were behind gets just blown away. And so you have to be careful about using cover in this game. But in any first-person shooter game, you should learn to use cover, move smartly from cover to cover, like I am here, just kind of doing some dolphin diving. But you'll notice I'm using these sandbags as kind of cover to peek around and pop out and shoot people. And they don't even really notice I'm here. And, you actually have the advantage if you're behind cover. If they're out in the open, like these guys are just running to the points. Look how exposed that guy is. I mean, he didn't really stand a chance. And so they'll have a smaller profile to shoot at me because I'm only really exposing the top part of my body, whereas these guys who are running towards the point, these enemies, they're exposing their entire body, so they are easier to pick off. Now I'll stop talking now so you can watch the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.
Okay, copy that. We'll reply you straight into 666.